Using Scratch where our creativity is really going to run wild. So the first step we're going to do is going to be clicking on Create. You don't have to join Scratch or sign up or register or anything. You can just get really straight into it, which is fantastic. So you have these options. You can go Tutorials, click on them, and it shows you how to create certain things. So whether you want to make a chase game or animate a character, create a story, make it fly, everything like that. For this one, we're going to animate an adventure game. So I'm going to click on that one. It's going to load your project and loading all the extensions. Awesome. So it's provided us so far with this really great creation. So we've got a backdrop. We've got what's called a sprite, which is like an animated figure you can use. And that's a garnet. So that's just, it's a gem pretty much. It's called a garnet though. And it's just another object you can include in your animated creation. So for this one, I'm going to change the background. So I'm going to go background. You can either choose a backdrop, paint a backdrop, surprise. So just like click on it for a surprise backdrop, like that one. Or we're going to upload a backdrop, whether it be like an image you've taken in your backyard, that kind of thing. So you can get really creative with your ability to create a background. It's fantastic. So either by painting, inserting a backdrop, or just choosing a backdrop. So I'm going to go with the surprise one again because they come up with some pretty good ones. I'm actually going to do it again because I'm not a fan of that one. That's pretty cool. So for this one, you can add people. So as you can see, I've clicked on that and it showed a square there. So that's showing that it's hidden. So if I click the eye, which is show, you can see that an animation, a character has popped up, it's arisen, it's been shown. So the key thing about this is that you can have tutorials. So this provides a video on how you can use it, runs you through it, step by steps on what to do, which is really great for beginners. From easier to harder, which is great. You can progress along for like short little clips on what you're supposed to be doing. So like step-by-step tutorials. So it shows you like choose a character, whether you're going to show them or not, for them to say something, all along like that. So what I want you to do is I want you to work with this tutorial sheet to create an animation. Obviously your creativity is open-ended, so you can do whatever you want to do. If you just want to follow this tutorial for the first time, that's perfectly fine, just to get your understanding of Scratch down pat, that's fantastic. But from this, you can use this as a basis to create even more creative projects. So for this one, what I want to do is, I've got my gem, that's all set up. I've created a sprite, which I can visibly see. So I'm going to probably start with, let's start with collecting the gem. So let's play a game where you collect a gem. So let's go looks. Before we get into that, just to let you know, this is coding. So what you're going to be doing is you're going to be interacting with what is called blocks, so code blocks, and you're going to be using them to really just design and program and create a beautiful creation, which is going to be animated. So you have motion, which is in blue, and that's pretty much when you're moving, 10 steps, or you're moving in a direction, or you're going to a certain place. You've got looks, which is like where you can have a character say something, think something, switch costumes, that fantastic option. You've got sound, so you can play a sound that either you've recorded, which is under this tab. So it could be a sound you've recorded, or it could be a sound that's from the bank. So if you choose this background, it's kind of like a popish vibe, so it automatically puts in a pop sound, which is so cool. But yeah, you can choose a sound, you can search for one, you can record one, you can be surprised by one, and you can upload a sound that you've created, whether it be like a music that you've created on a piano that you can then insert in this game. The opportunities are really endless with this. So you've got events. So that's pretty much just like when clicked something will happen, or when that happens it goes, it's got a numerical value, or when I receive ... Controls, that's like repeating, waiting, if that happens then I want this to happen, or I want something to be in a loop, or I want something to stop when this happens, that kind of thing. Sensing, so that's like colors and moving things around. Operations, that's all just random tangents which you can add in to just really create that added effect of your creation. So you can like join an apple and banana, or the letter 1 will be apparent instead of the word apple, that kind of thing. And variables, you can show different variables in your creations. You can even make variables, and you can make a list. You got your blocks where you can actually make a block. So the creativity and the opportunities are endless for you in your creations. Another great thing is you have a costume option. So if I click on this one, I might be like, oh, she's not that apparent in the background because she's quite dark. She's got dark colours going on here and a dark background. So even though she does have light skin and everything, her costume isn't very light. So what I might do is I can click on her. Oh, and I can also show what action she's doing. So I might want her to be, standing, striking a pose, or ready to fight, or whether ready to move. For this one, I really like the jogging one. I think it really adds something to it. So I'm going to go for that paintbrush. I can either add dots to it. I can add that creativeness where I'm like, oh, I don't want to change it completely. I might add some dots, and I can choose the colors. Yeah, so I might be like, oh, she looks really cool with some blue dots, some green dots on her. So, yeah, you have that opportunity, which is really fantastic. Then as we progress on, because I'm pretty happy with her costume at the moment, it's pretty easy to see, and it changes it automatically, so you can tell exactly what it is. Yeah, so it's pretty awesome. You got great possibilities. You can add text to it, you can erase things, you can move things, color things, yeah. So you can completely change her costume, you can completely change her pose. So you have a lot of flexibility with that. But getting into the coding side of things, what I want to do is that I want to create a game where they're moving around, that maybe she's like trying to capture something or trying to make something move. I think that'd be a really fantastic idea. So this is what I'm hoping to do. So I've chosen a character. I'm going to follow along with this. So I've chosen a character. I want her to say something. So I go to events, because as you can see that's yellow. So I'll go when something is clicked. And then I'm going to choose this lady here, this sprites. So I'm going to say hello for 2 seconds. Or maybe like, I'm ready to begin this game. So she might say that. I'm ready to begin this game of collecting the gems. And she may say that. You can say it for 2 seconds, but I prefer to have it for 3. And then I leave that. So I've clicked into space, I've clicked and dragged. So I've gone like this, click, drag. You can add it there separately, or you can click it on. If you don't want it and you're like, oh, I don't want to add that in anymore, just simply click and drag it over to here and just let go of it. It'll go into kind of like a trash bin, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay, so we've coded her to say something. So if we go the green flag, it says, I'm ready to begin this game of collecting the gems. Awesome. So now we want her to move around to actually physically collect the gem. So we're going to go events. We're going to go click and drag when clicked. We're going to go say what's already been said. We can actually delete this, as we're going to just build upon what we've created. You don't have to start fresh every single time. And a great thing is that if I click this guy, it's going to show up here that I've clicked him and I want to code him. So I know what I'm doing right here is coding for her, which is exactly what we want to do. So I'm going to scroll to control. I'm going to go forever. I want her to do that forever for gliding, so I don't have to be constantly making her do something. It's just going to be ongoing that she's going to glide. So I'm going to go glide, and I'm going to go that one. I'm going to click it right in there. So I'm going to glide 1 second to mouse pointer. So wherever I move my mouse, she's going to follow my mouse so she can follow the gem, right? So I'm going to be immersed in this activity. It's really going to be me moving that object to find the gem. So that's to glide around. And then I choose an object to chase. So I really like the idea of the gem, as it's kind of like a collecting gems, which I think is really fantastic and interactive. So I'm going to choose the gem to chase. So now I'm going to do collect objects. So if we've already got this, she's going to say hi. I'm going to do forever. Oops, I meant to click them together, apologies. So I'm going to click on the gem. So now I know the gem is being coded. So that means if I go click and drag when clicked, then I go as we did before, control, change it to forever. I'm going to wait until it's touching. So you're going to click that in, touching the Ghana, and then I'm going to do sound. So start sound, collect, and then I'm going to go to random position. So that's for collecting the objects. I can also include more variables. So if you want to make it more of a score-based thing, you can go variable, and then you can go make a variable. So I might be like score, might say gem score. Then I go okay. So that's the gem score up the top. Yep. And then I'm going to go next, and I'm going to go keep a score. So for the gem, if that's doing all those options, I'm going to go set gem score to, pop that in there. I'm going to say 0 for the time being. But I also want it to change. Change the gem score by 1. So each time that she actually goes and collects that gem, it's going to increase by 1. So it means like, oh, she's gone to it once, that's 1 go of the gem score. She goes to it the second time, oh, that's the second time she's collected the gem. And so the gem score would go up to 2. If we keep going, if you level up, maybe you change the background, you know? Usually games that you interact with, they do change your background or some of the features just to create that added immersion and that engagement. So we're going to do the same thing. So we're going to go events. We're going to go when clicked. We're just going to move them over so we have more space. And then we're going to go wait until. So where's wait until? Right here. So wait until, and then we go operators. So we're going to go for the equal sign, which is here. So we might go control. So we're going to go wait until gem score equals, we might go 5, until we go to the next backdrop. Awesome. So I'm going to add a backdrop. I might go to a basketball arena. Okay, so let's get started. Let's see how we're going and let's see what we've come up with. So we're going to go green flag. I'm ready to begin this game of collecting the gems. Awesome. So she's moving with my mouse. 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, yay! Now she's going to 6, 9. She just keeps increasing. She's getting them so many times. So it's showing that each time she collects the gem score goes up. Awesome, she's leveled up. So we can stop that there. So the fantastic thing about this is that it really makes it really interactive. So if we've got the gem up here, you might move it there. We can even add more things to it that are beyond the tutorials, just to add that extra depth of it. So we might go, let's look at our options. So we want to make it really immersive. So we might go play sound. Play sound, collect until it is done. We might even go backdrops. Let's see what else. We might even change the background again actually. We might go wait until. And then we go variables, the gem score. Oops. But first we're going to put in the green. So we're going to go like this. Gem score equals 8. So it's going to change again. So it's going to go to the next background when we add that in. Next backdrop. We're going to add another backdrop. So we might do something in the desert. Cool. So the opportunities are really endless for this. So you could change color. So for the gem, you could be like, change color of the gem. I think that one. Oops. they've clicked into place together. There we go. By 3. Okay, so let's go. Let's see what's happening. I'm ready to collect this game. I'm ready to begin this game of collecting the gems. So I'm moving my mouse to collect the gems. That's number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've changed backgrounds. 6, 7. See how the gems change colour now? Because I've done this change colour option and it's now more of a yellow colour. Now it's more of a greeny colour. So the opportunities are really endless for this. So see how I'm coding it to be whatever I want it to be, which is really great. Awesome, so I'm going to stop it there. So that's my little tutorial on how to create an animated collect the gem game. I really hope this helped you and I look forward to seeing all your amazing creations.